Hi guys, welcome to Kendra by Omar. To my subscribers, I say thank you. If you're new in this channel, you're welcome. Kindly like, share, and subscribe. Today we're going to be learning how to make this beautiful Ankara top. Alright, I folded my fabric into two, then I'll fold it again, making it four towards my selvage area. Like you can see. Then I'm going to take my back neckline. My back neckline is 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch by 3 inches. All right. After doing that, I'm going to be using my curve to curve the neckline like so. Then from my mid back to my sleeve, what I want, I'll be taking 19 inches. 20 is fine. Alright, then my client on the bust is 14. I'll go up by 1 inch and make it 13. So I'll go ahead and mark it. So sorry, it's not really showing here. I'll mark 13 inches down from the shoulder. Then I'll come in by 2 inches. Alright, so you have 19 minus 2 inches will give you 17. I will draw it down and it will give you 17. The 17 inches now, I'm going to mark it down to the full length of the top. As you can see, 17 inches, I'll mark it down. So I'm going to be drawing that line from the armhole point, which is 13 inches. Remember, I came in by 2 inches from 13, so I'm going to be drawing it down. Alright, then by the armhole area, I don't want it pointed, I don't want it sharp. So I'm going to be using my French cut. But before that, this is the length of the stuff. I use 38 inches. You can use the length depending on your client's length or the length of your choice. Then I'll be leaving 1 inch for seam allowance. You could use 1.5 inch as well, depending on your choice. So I'll draw the line like so, my length and my seam allowance. Then I don't want a sharp edge. Like I told you, at the armhole area, I'm going to be using my French curve to smoothen it. You'll see it soon. So I'm cutting. There's the cutting process. I'm cutting. If you find this helpful, kindly like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. So I'm shaping the armhole now. Like I told you earlier, I don't want it sharp. I'll go ahead and cut it. Feel free to ask questions in the comment section. You're most welcomed. Alright. So I'll go ahead and cut the back neckline. Please remember the back neckline. The front neckline is yet to be drafted. Alright, so to get the front neckline, I'm going to open this now. You know, it's folded into 4. I'm going to open it like so. This is into 2, then I'll open it the other way, as you can see now. So this is the back, this is the front. Now to get the front neckline, I'm going to be folding it again into 2 equal halves, making sure that the armholes matches each other. You don't want to get something crooked, you know. You want something very, very accurate. So I'm using my pins, I'm pinning down, I'm matching the armholes together. Alright. Be sure to do this. Alright, so when I'm done, I'm going to come, you know, the neckline is 1.5 down. I'm going to come down by extra 8 inch. You could come down by 9, you couldn't come down by 5, depending on how deep you want it to be. So I'm going to come down by 8 inch or 8.5. Then I'll come in by 1.5 inch. Now where I got the 1.5 inch, I'll use my straight ruler to join it to the neckline, the point which the neckline started. Alright, then I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut it out. That's the front neckline. So I'm cutting it out. After this, I'll open it up and go ahead and use my measuring tape to measure the length of the whole neckline, both the front and the back. You'll see that shortly. So this is it. The front and back neckline, they're married together. So I'll go ahead and measure round. After measuring round, the length of which I got, or what you will get depending on what you want to do, is 33 inches. Now 33 inches by 5. I'm going to be using this sequence fabric because I want it to look unique and beautiful. So 33 by 5 inches. I'll go ahead and measure the length of what I want. Alright. So I've gone ahead to measure 33 inches by 5. Now when you fold the 5 into 2, it's going to give you 2.5 inch. You're going to use half an inch for your seam allowance and 2 inches will be left, sorry to say. Alright, so I'm drafting it now. I'm marking out the 5 inches. I'm making sure it's accurate as well. Alright, so my cutting will be easy. I'll go ahead and cut. Remember, what I'm cutting now is the round neck measurement, alright, by 5. I got 33 by 5. This is what I'm doing now. I guess this is really very simple and you could understand what I'm doing. It's easy to understand, right? Please let me know in the comment section. So I'm cutting it, I'm taking my time, I'm cutting it. I'll go ahead and trim, okay? Please, when you're cutting, if you want it to be extremely accurate, you could add 2 inches to your original length to avoid mistakes. Very important. So if your length is at 3 inches, you could add 2 inches. So this is it. I'm just showing you. I've not sewn it yet. I'm just showing you what it was going to look like. So now this other down part, I'll be taking 10 by 11 inches. 10 by 11. This is 11 inches by 10. Alright, so I'll go ahead and cut it. I'm going to be adding an interface to this. I will use a fabric as well. The Ankara fabric on top of I'll place the sequence on top of Ankara fabric. But before placing it on top of the Ankara fabric, I'm going to be ironing the Ankara fabric of this same length of, will I call it a mini rectangle with an interface. That's my gum stay. Alright, so by this edge, I'm going to notch. This notching is going to aid me in flipping it over when I'm done. Let's go into the sewing process. Kindly subscribe. So now this is the sewing process. I've gone ahead to cut the Ankara fabric, same length and the interface. Alright, so this is the interface. I'll notch the middle. At the middle, I'll come in by 1 inch just to form a triangular base. Alright, just to form a triangular base. As you can see, I'll use my pins to secure it. Then I'll press it. Alright. So now I'm going to be sewing this round. Remember, I told you it's 5 inches by the length of your neckline. I'm going to be sewing it round. Be sure to adjust it properly so that you don't make mistakes. I'm going to be sewing it round. Then after sewing round, I'm going to be using a bias. I'm cutting the excesses out. I'm going to be using a matching bias to, make it neat. I'll sew it on it. I've done that. Alright, so go ahead with okay. So this is what I told you, leaving half an inch to make it come out very neatly. So I'll flip it over and sew. This is what I'm doing. I flipped it over, I've sewn it, voila. I'm now going to be attaching this. Alright, I'll get the midpoint to marry the midpoint at the neckline base. As you can see, is at the midpoint. Then I'll be folding half an inch to sew round. Alright, as you can see, I'll fold it half an inch to sew round. If this is helpful, kindly like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. So I'm sewing it. I'm taking my time to sew it. I guess I'm not supposed to waste time in this video because you all know how to sew, but I'm just taking my time to show you the processes. Be sure to, straighten out when sewing. Do not rush so that you don't make mistakes. Alright, this is a sequence fabric. That's why I'm taking my time to sew it. If you're in a haste, you're going to sew jargons or you're going to make mistakes, so to say. Alright, so arrange and sew in order for it to come out properly. Alright, sequence fabric is not stable. That is why I had to use an Ankara fabric and an interface just to give it a bit stability. So I'm sewing the triangular base now. Adjust it properly. Sewing the triangular base. So this other part as well. Like I said, sequence. You have to be careful when sewing sequence to avoid it from jumping. So I'm done doing that. I'm going to be hemming the sleeves. I'll do that for both sides. After hemming the sleeves, I'll go ahead and join using my client's measurement. You don't need to use measurement because it's a free boo Ankara top, After that, I'm going to hem. Now this is the final look. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't this beautiful? Let me know my comment section your thoughts. All right. Now this is it.